and I bring you glad tidings. My name remains Ben, and always you come out here to come talk about matters that are matters arising, matters that are of importance to us as a people, matters that is at the moment at the front burners of our national discourse, matters that we should wake up and think about every day. And that matter is about agitation, is about sensitization of our people on how they can and should come out of their current predicament, their current situation, their current state where they're not supposed to be as a people. And we don't come out here many times to tell ourselves the reason why we did where we did, and the reason why we're not supposed to where we did. This reason, by now, many of us don't know. And if you don't know something, you better pass it, you don't know the thing. You just be like, for example, you get sickness for body, and you don't know. I think that's more dangerous than when you know they don't diagnose you of a particular ailment. Then you can now get idea and then know what to do in terms of ensuring that you stay alive. And so it's important if you know your problems, and we don't know our problems, and when we don't already agree to this problem, they come from our leaders. And so that make people like us, they come here every day, come remind us. So since we don't know our problems, it makes the matter even easier for us to tackle. And so that are the reasons why we need to tackle them head on. As our leaders, put pressure on them, make them begin to do it right, so that life will be better for all of us. My people, you know why the matter they pay me? I don't talk on here many times. Say, the matter they pay me because we're not supposed to suffer as a people. Every day I wake up, I begin to imagine how things like that they happen. You know, where people get so many things to themselves, yet just no add up. It don't make sense. It just shows a total disconnect of a particular system. And so people like us, that's our reason why we talk. And we will continue to talk as long as it takes. And because we talk, many people don't they buy the idea. Many people don't they understand. Many people don't they say, now true saying our leaders be our problem. Our problem for Nigeria is too many, too much. And these problems, now government na cause them. And these problems, now government go still fit solve them. Only if the people put pressure on the government to begin to do what's right. You know, if you tell me, say, a country as blessed as Nigeria, people go see they wake up there. In this 21st century, they don't see food chop. People go see they wake up there. In this 21st century, no light. Yesterday, somebody was telling me, say, for the area, they never get light for the past 6 months. It just shows that the country is in deep trouble. And it is that the very country will be saying, if they tell you the amount of money they don't spend on electricity, I don't they take my argument from 1999 here when we start this, our so-called new political dispensation. Just 1990, if they tell you the amount of money where these politicians don't spend on electricity, and yet no one single bulb they don't light. It shows how much trouble we are in that country. It shows how much the leadership of that country don't kill that country. And you know what? They know they even they see and say they kill the country as long as they benefit them and their families. And so the people, when they suffer them, you don't need to, when the people go tell them, say, no, we no agree again. And then at the job, what they try to do. And I'm happy that quite a good number of people are actually keen into this. And are beginning to see reasons why there must be, should be pressure on our leaders, just so they begin to do what is right. My people, Nigeria is the only country where I know for this world. ABC, they don't borrow money left, right, and center. They don't even borrow money where even our 10th generation no go fit pay. And guess what? 90% of the money where they borrow, they steal them again. I don't understand the people, to be honest. I don't understand kind of leaders who we get. You don't see person where they carry go borrow money where you borrow, where you know so you get to pay back whether you like it or not, because not be money where they dash you, and money where you borrow. So there are terms and conditions when you follow that money. And one of the major terms and conditions is say you could pay back at some point. So that's the money where you borrow. You won't take them again. It shows that the people are mad. Something is wrong here, you know. I never see a country like that. I never see people with the reason in that manner. And these very people, today and Sunday, they go church. Tuesdays ago and Friday, they go mosque. I don't know the kind of God that they go they pray to. I don't get it, honestly. I don't know the kind of God which person could they serve. When you see your fellow human being, they suffer. It makes you feel good. It makes you, feel fulfilled. They blow your ego for you. Say some persons they suffer, some persons they come they ask you for food. When ordinarily these people, now even they are what they belong to them, now you see they do big man, now you see they live well. You continue to make sure say the people don't go understand by continuously putting them under that, environment where they not go feed no say now what me supposed to make life better for them. Now you carry it from them. So and as a result, you continue to manipulate them and then continue to get away with it, because this has been the tactics with the leadership of Nigeria don't they use. I never see country like that before. Country when it be say judiciary will come up with their verdict finish. Court of law. Country where court they give judgment. If say people when they win their judgment, will go to thank president. You're not telling them many things. How can you win a case in a court? You win case for court. You go to thank president for his support for not interfering in the case. It shows a lot is wrong with us as a people. Because ordinarily, where a country they work, where they concern president with matter where they court, where they concern president with judgment where court don't give. Court, you don't get any connection. The reason why these people they thank the president be say they know say the president of Nigeria they interfere in judicial matters. They know say those judges now cash and carry judges them be, and because maybe on one or two occasions the president no buy into buying any of them or manipulating any of them, and so the judgment go the way of a particular person. That person go come to thank the president. It just shows many things when you're wrong with the country. And those things could continue to go wrong, even get worse, if the people decide, say, they no will continue to talk. The problem when they that country, and a very simple problem, because I've talked on here before, say, if Nigerians want to be good, they can be good. Because I recall during the era of late Diagbon, not be Buhari, because we all know it's not be Buhari, they ruled Nigeria at that time. During the Buhari Diagbon era, it was actually Diagbon. That's what they actually called the man, Because it was Diagbon that was actually carrying out those policies, those programs that was working for Nigeria then. You and I know then, if you did Nigeria then, and you don't grow up rich, you can say, then for Nigeria, fear not let you to wait dirty for street. You can say for Nigeria, if you go banks, everybody land up, regardless of your status, that's a country when they work. And that country can work again only if you get the right kind of leaders. The people who we get today, they're not leaders. They're not be Democrats. And mafias then be. You know the sweet thing that happen for Nigeria, not because we don't like them. Because if the country good, now all of us go good for. If the country also bad, the way bad now, it's bad for a majority of us and good for very few of them when they manipulate the system, when they steal the country money left, right, and center. And the thing will continue. You see, when there's evil in the land, and good people or good men refuses to speak up, evil will continue to have its field there in that country. And that's what's happening in Nigeria. Because those when is supposed to speak up, that's why they blame religious leaders. That's the more reason they blame traditional leaders. Because these people get the power to speak up. These people get what it takes to talk to these politicians and make these politicians do things differently. Because politicians get respect for traditional rulers. Politicians get respect for their so-called spiritual father will be their pastors and imams and what have you. And so if these people actually sit them down and tell them the very truth, what they're supposed to hear, I think they would do things differently. Because these people too, they benefit from the largesse of the politicians. The entire system is rotten. That's why I always cry for that country. Say, if they pay me, say, the country get too much to suffer. And that now the more reason why people should, get up and say, we know we'll agree again. Because you add up. I don't take Dangote do example for year tire. Dangote, as we know, is now the richest man in Africa. Forbes just confirmed him recently as the richest man in Africa. One of the richest men in the world. Imagine a situation like Dangote or Todola Chile could come and sit there and see food shop. Should say the system, something is wrong with it. That's what Nigeria be. Nigeria is a rich country. Nigeria is a very rich country. Very, very rich country. But yet, the people, 90% of them, are suffering because of leadership, because of corruption. And it's so endemic to the extent that the people still don't want to understand that there's need for them to speak up. If you don't speak up, nobody's going to speak for you. I bet that repeatedly known here. Nobody's going to come out here and blow your trumpet for you. You've got to blow your trumpet yourself. They come every year, every 4 years, and lie to the people. Things they said they would do in 1999 is what they're still telling you in 2024 that they're going to do, and they've not done it. You're still listening to them. I believe in them. I don't understand it. I don't know what they used to come and talk to us. Because I want to include myself now. A man came in 1999, whether it's Mr. A, Mr. B, or whatever, from the same party, and said he or she was going to give us electricity, life was going to be better, there would be free education, medical facilities, it will be there. Generally, life was going to be better. And after all these years, things have appeared to even get worse. And the same people will still come out tomorrow and still tell us this story, and we'll still buy the same story. I don't get the kind of people that we are. I no fit to understand them. Oyibo people not be like that. You don't go fit tell Oyibo man today, say you go do X, Y, Z, and you know do, and tomorrow you won't come tell the same story, then you're a joker. Our people say they deceive deaf and dumb. Go bed twice. The first time you go get away with them. The second time, deaf and dumb will say, what do you do me that and you won't do me again, so I'm not going to agree. But for Nigeria, they've consistently been deceiving us, and they've been getting away with it. Because why? We allowed it. My people, we get to wake up. If we feel say we suffer, then we need to wake up, because we need to also understand very, very seriously, see, we're not supposed to suffer. I don't want to talk about crude oil. Forget, you just put oil aside. Apart from oil, there are so many natural resources when Nigeria get, and we'll be saying, my people, only one of it alone, some countries get them, they go, they pay their citizens salaries. Without those ones we finish school, go get work. They go to pay them salaries. You only talk of say you don't go to school, come out. Work will be waiting for you. My people, just one resources alone. You only talk of say Nigeria, the ones who will get them, you know who can them. Even if we put all that aside, just take oil, crude oil. Just the crude oil alone. Some countries, when you get crude oil, like Qatar, like Saudi Arabia, because look at the life of the people. Go to take it. Board an airplane now and go to Qatar. Board an airplane and go to Saudi Arabia or any other oil producing countries in the world. It shows that there is a problem in Nigeria, and this problem is leadership. These countries, when you get oil like Nigeria, The people there, they live like heaven. Earth now, heaven to them. Regardless of their figures, their numbers or in population. I don't talk am here many times, say, if we get good leaders to manage our resources for us, we can be 500 million people, because they say we'll be 220 million people now, if that statistics, that figure is even right. Because if you ask me, I would say we're even more than that. But even at that, with what did God give to us as a people, no single Nigerian is supposed to be hungry. Believe me. Believe me. I'm not just talking because I want to talk. I'm not talking because I want to make some noise. No, that's not the issue here. The issue is we're talking facts here. That the people must wake up to take their country back. This has been left for too long. That's why the decay has continuously, remained there. It's getting worse by the day. It is clear that these men and women who claim to be our leaders are not leaders, because if they are leaders, life will be better for the people. Since 1999 till date, has life become better for the people, other than them and their families? The answer is no. Life has gotten worse for the people, but has gotten better for them and their families. That's why when they came, they were not as rich as they are today. It shows one thing, that they came to steal the country dry. And the people are looking at them. Nigerians, go on the street and demand for your right to a better life. I'm not seeing a violent demonstration, a peaceful demonstration. If that is consistently done, the leaders will begin to think differently. The initial stage of the demonstration might not pay off. The initial stage of the demonstration might not begin to use the kind of required results that we want, get from it. But with consistency to say, results will begin to come out. And that's the language these leaders will understand. And the ordinary man and woman on the street of Nigeria goes on the street and say, the suffering is enough. People are suffering in Nigeria, for God's sake. A country with all those natural and human resources. There are some countries that don't even have any natural resources. With the human resources Nigerians have, over 200 million people, as they say alone, is enough for them to live, to be able to do well. When you have leaders with a thinking cap, leaders that knows what they are doing. That is why a few countries, when you get leaders, when you know what they do, go and see them. Recently, we changed leadership. They are doing well. It just tells you that leadership be everything. Not be ordinary man for street. Because the other man for street, now leaders, they listen to. That's why even in political parties, for example, let's break it down to that level. Political parties, the head say, our leaders say, let's vote for Mr. A. Our leaders, now this way our leaders will go. Because leadership is what matters here. Now leadership, they determine the way the life of the people will go. And so if leaders say go to, it's just like even under the religious settings. The year our people say, our pastor say, our imam say, because that's our leadership. So if you get people from country as your leaders, when you decide to do what's right, not be all these people when you did down, or the people who did before them. I'm not to castigate them. The reason is say you go look them from 1990 date, if they really don't do well. Life go, we go show now for even you and I to see, even blind man go to see and say, life don't do better. When we did military era and when we did now, life blessing and night better puzzle. But that's not the case for us. So, my people, we need to wake up. We just need to wake up to begin to demand what is rightfully ours. And at the end of the day, we don't get choice than to ask that the government And whoever decide to be there, because I don't talk many times, they know they vote them in. And they vote themselves. They know they care, because they know how they take enter there, say the people know who vote them in anyway. So they know all the people that obligation, because they know how they got in there. And when they don't get there, they won't come force you to legitimize their stay, when they usually go enter. That's what is going on in Nigeria today. The man who's currently in Aso Rock manipulated the entire system, galvanized his way through the biggest illegality that I have ever known in my entire life. And now he's in Aso Rock, and now he's telling the people to come and work with him. And some persons are saying, let's move on. That's let's move on is what has brought the country to our knees today. That when things they go wrong, instead of people to tackle it head on, instead of people to condemn it in its entirety, they will say, let's move on, or let's leave it to God. The countries, when they do well, they don't move on, they don't leave on to God, they go tackle the matter head on. You cannot have a man who claims he wants to be your president with all those baggages around him. Even with one baggage alone, the man is not supposed to even bring out his ugly head. Nigerians will not say the man lacks legitimacy both locally and internationally. The countries where they deal with Nigeria, like America and all that, they don't get choice. That's what they're dealing with, because at the end of the day, it's about their interest. Because whether you get even monkey or goat for Aso Rock, they've got to work with that individual because of their interest, not because they accept the God. That's what's happening in Nigeria today. They have the records of our president even better than we do. But because they are strategic in their interest, they don't care. At the end of the day, that what to benefit them, they go do, regardless of who's in power. As long as you play ball with them. So it boils down to Nigerians to demand that things should be done rightly. The man in Aso Rock, with all due respect to him, I've said here many times, I have no personal issues with him, but I do have issues with the way he got into power. And he's trying to get us to put that aside and then move on. People like us, like me, I won't move on. Not that I can change it, but I won't accept it. That's within my right anyway. But if he has done it correctly and he got into power, I have no issues with that. I will, support him with all my everything, all my might. But that to come into government with all those illegitimacy, with all those baggages around you, and ask that I should come and support you, I won't be a party to that. It's not my style, my people. And I apologize if that offends anyone. So finally, I want to say that for life to be better, people must wake up, people must demand for what actually belongs to them. Just so those are the ends of affairs of the country can begin to do things rightly to change life. And then people can begin to understand and benefit what democracy will bring to them. Thank you. I want to go to Edo State again. I want to talk about little about Edo State. Edo State, like I said, is trending at the moment. And it's trending for the reason that it's clear. Everyone knows that there's going to be an election in Edo State this year. And so we've been calling those two people who will continue to call on them, not to make the mistake of the past, to think right this time, and ensure that whoever they are voting into government in Edo State should be somebody that will come and better their life for them, and not somebody that will come and continue the status quo again. I want to stop here for now. I will have reason to talk more on Edo State subsequently. For now, I want to say thank you all so very much again for listening to me. God will bless you all. God bless Nigeria. God bless Nigeria. Edo State. God bless Africa. If you do find our message interesting and it makes any kind of sense to you, you think it's something that you do appreciate, please do share it. Please like it. And let us know what your thoughts are. Most importantly, please join this agitation. Together we can and we will make Edo State, Nigeria, Africa to a better place for us all. Thank you and God bless you. Cheers.